into the silence. Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace I Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace I Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace I Peace I am.
Very gently, in your own time, in your own space, begin to bring your attention to your surroundings, your physical body. Thank you, Great Spirit. We are grateful for this gathering. And we say together, and so it is. Aho. Amen. Amen.
morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living and our Sunday celebration service. Whether you have joined us here in the sanctuary at 4 Points by Sheridan, or you have invited us into your homes through the power of live streaming, we are so very glad that you are with us today, and you are going to be very glad too, because Armand and Angelina are in the house today. And I am here to tell you that we are very blessed by their presence, as you will soon see. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Ripplemeyer, and I have the privilege and the honor of being this community's spiritual director. My pronouns are she and her, and the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that honors all paths and promotes global transformation through the personal transformation. We're a spiritual community that can support you as you strive for a personal relationship with the divine, a spiritual community where you are respected and accepted and embraced for who you are, a space and place for inspiration, insight, and revelation, as well as loving support to grow into your highest and best self. No matter where you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here. We are part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, which is a global community of over 450 centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries in 30 countries worldwide. Centers for Spiritual Living is a positive and practical faith philosophy and way of life whose global vision is a world that works for all. And so we are so very glad that you have joined us today, because it is collectively that we will be able to do that, to create that world that actually does work for all. Our flower dedication, look at these amazing, amazing flowers. Our flower dedication today is from Brenda Bush and Sandra Ross, and is dedicated to their mother, Imogene Anderson Watson. They say, over the years, we have often thought about how you educated us, shared your dreams with us, planned for our future, and how smart and strong you were. Thank you so very much for our lives and your love. We appreciate and love you always. With so much love, Brenda and Sandra. And I have one quick announcement, and that is Sunday, February 23rd, we will be having a Zoom meeting following the service. If you're in the sanctuary for the service, you are invited to simply stay, and if you are not in the room during the service, you are invited to move from StreamYard, which is how you'll be watching us, to Zoom for the meeting, or you can, of course, just join us for the meeting if you're busy in the morning. The meeting will begin at 11:40-ish and will run for approximately 30 minutes. We will be facilitating an update on the TCSL finances and allowing for gratitude, ideas, questions, and concerns. The link will be the same link that we use for our Wednesday services, which will be in the Wednesday newsletter and on our website, and it's also right here if you wanted to take a quick picture of that. So that will be on Sunday, February 23rd, 11:40-ish. I'd like to thank Armand and Angelina for their absolutely beautiful meditation that expanded the container that our service will unfold within. So thank you both so very much. And I would like to now invite the irreplaceable Sean Shockey for our morning's announcements. I'll keep standing here till he gets here. He's walking up.
Not used to walking on this side of the room. Hey, everybody. Right. You know, I would like to take the opportunity to say, Friday night of this week, I had dinner with some of the members here that I don't see often. And one of the people that was in our dinner said to the group, I really love you guys and I really miss you. And I could feel whenever she was saying that how truthful she was being. And today I would like to say that I love you all. I'm not filling up space with those words. I love you. So glad to be a part of the community with you. It really, really means a lot, has changed my life. So just glad to be here. But my job today is to do the announcements again. So here we go. Our Wednesday evening services for 2025 are called the Wednesday Experience, a look at life through meditation, musings, metaphysics, and magic. Each week, the evening will be facilitated by a host of ministers, practitioners, and others who will share an insightful, revealing, and perhaps provocative reading or story, and then facilitate a meditation. Following the meditation, we will all have an opportunity to share ideas with each other around the reading or story and whatever came up for us during the meditation. The service will once again be held on Zoom 7 until 8:15. Okay? There is still time to join us for our annual Super Bowl and chili cook-off on Sunday, February 9th, today. Okay? We have been doing this for many years, and it always proves to be a very fun evening of great food and fellowship. The cost of the evening is $5, or a large part of your favorite chili. The winners receive cash prizes, a trophy, and bragging rights. Please RSVP to info@trianglecsl.org with the number of people in your party and whether you will be bringing chili for the contest. Please welcome Diane Carnes back.
Thank you, Sean. Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful morning it was, starting with Armand and Angelina's meditation. Still taking it in. Our theme for the year 2025 is Rising Higher and Growing Deeper. Our theme for this month of February is Radical Interconnection. Armand and Angelina's message is, there is only one race, the human race. I am now going to read this community's purpose statement, and this is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. Now we're entering into a moment of centering. So I ask you please to turn within, open your hearts and minds, and just allow the sounds of the crystal bowls to wash over you.
chairs. It's time to come back to your bodies. Welcome, everyone. My name is Carol Cross. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm another one of the practitioners here at TCSL. And I just can't tell you how delightful it is to look out and see these faces. We've got some first-time visitors, which is fabulous. But, of course, we always appreciate our regulars and those of you at home. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to start with a blessing that we do, a ritual we do called the Blessings of All People. And I'd like to ask Sandy Ross to come up to assist me with this. The Center for Spiritual Living honors the truth, boasts the truth that we are all created by God out of the same God stuff, and that there are a multiplicity of divine emanations, each individualized and unique in their own way, as represented by this ceremony. Whether this is your first time with us, or your 1000th time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you are in the room physically or participating via technology or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your soul is full of joy and possibility or your heart is heavy and your mind is consumed with troubles or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are brand new to the science of mind philosophy, or you've practiced it for a long time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your skin, eye, and hair color are a rich, dark shade, or you're the palest tint of color, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are a straight, cisgender man or woman, or you identify with the LGBTQ plus community, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether your politics tend towards the red side, or towards the blue side, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you were born and raised in this country, or came here from a different land, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you are married or single or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you are in the first third of your life, the third third of your life, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you feel your connection with God is the driving force in your life, or you aren't even sure you believe in God, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Each and every color is beautiful, unique, and significant. They all combine together into an amazing whole. Thank you all for contributing your special vibration to today's service and to life itself. And so it is. Thank you, Sandy. All right. So now I will ask you to close your outer eyes again as I say an invocation for today's service. So what's coming up for me in this moment is a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King, who said, "It's only when it's truly dark that you can see the stars." Because the stars are always up there, but we get blinded by the sunlight. And I know that that's true for me, that I love my life in the physical world, the material world, but I can forget until I close my eyes and go within that I am made of star stuff, and that I have within me the entire cosmos. Because the truth of who and what I am is that I am an individual incarnation of the Divine One. The one presence, the one substance, the one power that created all that is, including me, as itself. It goes by many names: Spirit, Divine, the One, God, Allah, Buddha, Krishna. But what doesn't matter is not the words, it's the connection. And in this moment, I am feeling that oneness with all the cosmos. And that's not because I'm special or I'm a practitioner or anything. I know it is true of everyone in this service, everyone in our community, everyone in our world. And not just the humans. It's true of our animals and our trees and our rocks and every atom, every energy wave in this universe. So I claim for myself and for all of us that that is where we stand in today's service, knowing our oneness with the divine. And from that place, miracles happen. So I say a word of blessing on the volunteers who came early to set up and stay late to break down. I say a word of blessing on our beloved, what is your name again? Just blanked out. Heather, of course. Who just does so much for us every day. But as she's particularly doing AV right now, but she's has a lot on her plate this weekend, and so I say thank you for all of us for all that you do. I say a word of blessing on Sean, who always delivers our announcements with such love, and a word of blessing on Diane, who brings her serene consciousness to today's service. I say a word of blessing on Reverend Dusty, who, not just in this service, but every day infuses our entire community with love and leadership. And I say a word of blessing on these two beautiful lights, Armand and Angelina, who are going to delight us during today's service. Finally, I say a word of blessing on everyone who's participating in this service here at 4 Points or at home via technology. Each one shines their own special star stuff into this service. And that's how we create heaven on earth. So knowing that this is already perfect in the mind of God, I say let's let it unfold, proclaiming with our words, and so it is. All right, so most Sunday services, I can kind of count on my son and I being the most colorful or exotic dressers in this bunch. But I always have to concede it when these our speakers come to town. So Armand and Angelina, they wear beautiful, fun, sparkly, delightful stuff because it's part of their promise to us that spirituality can be deeply profound and still have fun. So we are so blessed to have these two talented people. I mean, these people, they're singers, they're songwriters, they're authors, they're musicians of all sorts of things, podcasters, and I probably have forgotten some. Amazing. But beyond that, they are people that I know through years of experience have huge hearts, deep wisdom, and expanded consciousness. And so we are grateful. They spend, thousands and thousands of miles every year traveling to congregations like ours to help spread their music ministry full of love and joy and wisdom. So let's welcome them to the stage with a big, warm round of applause. Armand and Angelina!
Wow.
Wow. Thank you, Carol, and thank you for this experience because I am so inspired and touched. Like, I feel like we could go home already because we already got so much. We won't.
I was feeling the same way. Like, I tend to exaggerate a little, so I'm going to try not to exaggerate this moment and be completely authentic. I cannot remember a Sunday morning before we spoke that I felt more spiritually fed than I did with your opening. Your opening program is like, it's like the first service.
Right. And
It's
this
just-
rainbow and the words and all behind it is incredible.
And
Thank you.
Our message today, that there's only one race, human race, we'll be singing a song a little bit later called Different Shades of Humanity. And so it's almost like there's a God. So yes, delighted to be here. All right, so our opening song, by the way, my pronouns are he, him, except when we're watching movies, and then it's girl. We're going to sing a song called Everything Will Be Okay in the End, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. And to me, any of the different philosophies that revolve around that idea, the Jamaican, don't worry, be happy, the African, Hakuna Matata, no worries, anything, that everything will be okay in the end, especially when it's hard to see okay in certain external situations, that's when I think we need it more to remind us who we are at our core. Okay. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna sha la la la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Every happy song has to have some sha la la la. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. A brand new day. A sunny triangle day. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience. That was perfect. Let's sha la 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 again. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you saw The Secret, it's still gonna change. That's okay, because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, wait a day. It's not the end. It's not the end. If you can't stand watching the news, turn it off. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's
All right. Well, as Diane said, our talk today is there is only one race, the human race. And Armand will be talking about humanity and about how when we separate ourselves and judge others, we feel the consequences of unloving behavior and self-judgment. And before I hand it over to Armand, I'm just going to do a quote by Mother Teresa. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other.
So, in our Oneness with Humanity talk, I would like to start with an old famous joke that probably half of you have heard. What did the Buddhist say at the hot dog stand? Make me one with everything. But what you may not have heard is the vendor was a science of mind practitioner. And when the Buddhist said, "Where's my change?" she said, but change comes from within. All right. So I find it interesting that the original master teachers where religions formed all taught about our oneness and connection with a higher power. You know, that we are all divine children of God. And yet the religious teachers created lots of dogma to separate us from each other. And that just never felt right for me. It was like, well, I don't want to go, I want to go to a place that feels right for me and my style, but I don't want it to say that I'm the only one doing it right and everybody else is doing it wrong. I don't want all this dogma that says you've got to do things exactly like this to be loved by the Creator. That just sounded weird to me. And hell and all of that sounded weird to me. So see, I can't imagine a Creator punishing their children and sending them to hell. So none of that really worked for me. And then I found New Thought. And it was like home. And I'm sure you all have a feeling like that. It was like they were already talking about the stuff that you resonate with. You just didn't know it till you found it. You didn't know there was another place where you could fit in and be completely yourself. What I love about New Thought is they teach us how to be natural, which means they set a broad general idea, and then we get to decide how it feels natural for us to connect, versus being normal, which is where you fit into a little members-only club. Never felt good in a members-only club. Always felt separated. Sometimes my ego would feel good, oh, I'm doing it right, and they're doing it wrong. But there was another part of me that felt separated because of that way of thinking. And like you were saying, you feel that pain of separation. So when I found New Thought, and I realized that I could have my personal religion within New Thought, and that there wasn't dogma, I started, my songwriting changed, okay? So one of the very first songs I wrote, I'm going to sing for you now, and that is, "My karma ran over my dogma." Okay. There were churches by the hundreds, how to choose. I spent all day looking through the yellow pages, each one saying that they knew the only truth. I made a few calls, I finally thought I'd found the answer. I needed to get baptized to be saved. The preacher said I oughta get dunked under the water, so I did and caught pneumonia that same day. And then my karma ran over my dogma, and my rosary beads spilled out on the road. I forgot drugs, I flushed my should-haves down the commode. I was watching late night TV told me any hairstyle was okay. They thought it kind of cool when I wore flamboyant suits. And they offered me a singing job. And then my mama ran over my dog. And my rosary beads, they spilled out on the road. I forgot the words to my mantra. I flushed my shoulda, those thinking shoulda, down the road. I flushed them way down. Can I get an amen? So I love, and I don't recall hearing that before, I love the oneness blessing that you did today. That was just spectacular. And I don't recall the political colors being brought in. That's a thing that I would say, you know, is one of the hardest things to not be judgmental about, is someone's political color, those different shades. So I think that as we are pioneers in the science of mind, that we can step into that thing. And that doesn't mean you're not an activist. That doesn't mean you don't stand up for what you believe in. That doesn't mean you don't get together and create committees and voting and all that for what you believe. You go there. But you accept and love people that are a different color than you are, that think differently. And that's a big one. That's a tall order. That's a tall order. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're on the edge of that. So, yeah, if they say, I think that our DNA with each other is like 99.9% the same, you know, and we're all connected to this one super higher power, that this mind of God that is within all of us. So it doesn't make sense to think that we're somehow a different species for any of the things that y'all embrace here. It just doesn't make sense. And yet there is an ego desire to do that, you know, to somehow feel special. But to me, the minute you start to feel special, you feel separated. I don't want to feel, I want to feel a special part of everything. That's great. Like the old saying says, be yourself. Everyone else is taken, you know. And I love what y'all were saying of here are the two extremes, and we're all in here together. I love that, and that we'll be talking a bit about, singing a bit about that in the Different Shades song that we're going to do a little bit later, Different Shades of Humanity. And so, to me, that is the central theme of why we get together in groups like this, to remind each other that we are mirrors, to remind each other that they're in the big picture, which we know during meditation and chanting and doing mantras and things. In the big picture, there is only one of us. There is only, I just thought of another Buddhist joke. Why do Buddhists not vacuum in the corners? They have no attachments. And that reminds me of another thing that I so love about these teachings, is these teachings don't make other teachings wrong, okay? They just say, if you want to say anything you say, and you want to make it non-judgmental, add 2 words to it, for me. You could say, the science of mind is the only teaching for me. The Dalai Lama says it. I think the Dalai Lama says it. I have to check with Carol whenever I think of it. Okay. I heard that the Dalai, it's attributed to the Dalai Lama. There is only one religion, and that is Buddhism. For me. Okay? You see, for me. In other words, for me. Once you make it for me, then it works, okay? It takes away the judgment that it's one way, and if your other people aren't doing it right. I love it when some of my family and friends talk about things that we might have slightly different opinions on. And then they will quote a book that they believe in to tell me that I'm wrong, that backs up their belief that they read in the book. I think I saw a picture of that on Facebook. It says, that's like plugging the end of the power strip into the power strip. There's no circulation. There's no electricity there. You're saying, well, I believed it because it was said in the book, because I believe the book that said it in the book. But it's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, so this whole idea that we have a monopoly on wisdom and truth, again, it separates. And so you have, I think, a fabulous quote that you're going to talk a little bit about the Baha'i religion, because they really, I guess they would be in the blanket of New Thought, Baha'i? Resonance, okay, yeah, attributed to. But yeah, we don't know too much about that, because I don't think that they have people like us come and do performances at the churches, so we don't know too much about them. But Angelina did find this fantastic, wonderful quote that she's going to share with you about the religion.
So I looked this up, and this is the Baha'i religion, commitment to oneness. Baha'is believe that we belong to one human family characterized by harmony and cooperation. A few spiritual aspects. Every human being was created in the spirit of God's utmost love. God gave each person a soul which has no gender, race, ethnicity, or social class. When it comes to diversity, we can see God's glorious handiwork and see the beauty in one another.
And when I think about like a judgmental kind of exclusivity type of God, I always think, well, wait a second. That's not what created us. That's what we created. People created that. So, and there was actually a meme on Facebook. I'm kind of a face crack junkie. I'm addicted to it a little bit. I'm on it all the time. And there's a lot of great stuff with social media, connecting with people, but it's dangerous. So it was this kind of angry God saying, "I created you," and the guy was going, "No, pretty much we created you," you know. And I put that out, and Angelina goes, "Are you sure you want to put that out?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." Because if people question that we created God, I'm going to say, no, we didn't create God. We created that angry, separating God. That's a human creation. And I do get into trouble now and then. Angelina will often write, "Angelina here, I apologize for my husband's last post." Work together. So, one of my little skits that I do, y'all already did, when you were talking about if this is this and this is this, we're all somewhere in the middle. So I'm not going to do that skit today. But it is very true about skin color and hair color and religious beliefs and all this. You know, we'll have these two extremes, and yet we're all somewhere in here. I like to think of it as a continuum. Whenever I watch anything about somebody that is neurodivergent, like myself, ADHD. I changed the D to C because it's not a disorder, it's a condition. But autism and any of that, and I see all that and I go, yeah, I can relate to that thing they do. We're all somewhere on spectrums of everything, you know? And let's enjoy it. We're rainbow people. By the way, did you wear that shirt today because you knew it would go with this? Okay, well, it really, okay, all right. I don't know much about sports, but I'm going to be watching that game today, and we're going to be supporting. I don't know if y'all saw on Facebook, is the coach's name Andy Reid? Is that what the coach's name is? Okay, so there was this Facebook post that I saw that one of my very dear friends posted, and it freaked me out. And it said something like this. I'll try to paraphrase it. Whether you agree with him or not, He's in charge. And I've agreed with almost every decision he's made. And one day, he will go down as one of our best. Andy Reid, the Chiefs. But it read like you were talking about our current president. And so if you know people that don't like the current president and they wrote that, you're like, what happened? And it was designed specifically to get you judging, and then in the end, you find out they were talking about the coach of the Chiefs. And what was that? Andy Reid. They were talking about him. And I actually had people write, when I posted it, Angelina told me not to post it. I said, I got to post it. When I posted, I had people saying, I had my finger on the block button until I got to the end. But that's a great example to let us know that we need to be curious, not judgmental, okay, which originally came out in a Charlotte newspaper, but is often attributed to Walt Whitman. Be curious, not judgmental. The people that were judgmental, the minute they started reading that, they were feeling bad. They were wanting to be mad at me. They were wanting to block me. And then when they realized I wasn't talking about who they thought I was talking about, it changed a little bit. And there's a lot of, it reminds me of that old story. Angelina, why don't you tell that story about sitting by the swimming pool and having snacks with your friends? Because you do such a great job with that. I love that. Are you okay with that? Yeah. Too late. I put you on the spot.
So this is from Greg Bear with Real Love. He wrote the book Real Love, and it's wonderful. But he said that, you know, you're sitting by the pool with some friends and you're drinking an iced tea and having a wonderful conversation, and you're by the pool and someone splashes water on you. And you're like, oh, okay, that's okay. They're just having fun in the pool. And they continue their conversation, and then some more water is splashed, and this time it's quite a bit of water. And you still say, okay, well, that's okay. We're just going to let that pass. And then all of a sudden now, like this big bunch of water splashes on them, and now they're angry. And they turn around to yell at the person that's splashing water on them, and they realize that it's someone drowning in the pool, and they're trying to get help. So he says, like, when we're like acting out and all, it's because we're drowning for love. But if we can realize that, you don't, so you don't judge, just think, oh, they're splashing water on me because they don't feel loved right now, and that's their way to cry for love.
And that's another example of be curious, not judgmental. Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
Here's another example I heard. There were a bunch of people getting together in a group, and it was after the Roe versus Wade situation got overturned. And but they had invited different ideas, different people that had different opinions, and one lady was very adamant that it was a good thing that it was overturned. And the majority of the people there were getting very unhappy with her. They were like, for understandable reasons. But one person there decided to be curious, not judgmental, and went to her and said, can you explain to me, since I know you're a person that believes in personal freedom, why this is okay? Why you are so adamant about this? And you know what she said? She said, honestly, I've never been able to have kids. And it kills me to think that somebody that could wouldn't keep it. Now, that doesn't change your opinion about whether this thing should be overturned, but it can certainly change your opinion about the person that thinks differently about it, and create a connection, because you can go, wow, this is a personal feeling they have about this situation. And even though I don't agree with them on the politicalness of it, I can see their humanity. And we have opportunities to do that all the time by being a little more curious and a little less judgmental. And when you see something on Facebook that starts to freak you, be curious how it's going to end, okay? I saw a post by a guy that said, I'm 80 years old, and I'd like to say to all of you that I have sex almost every day. I almost had it yesterday. I almost had it the day before. I almost had it the day before. You see, you get to the end, and there you go. You're one of the, oh my God, too much information, and then you get there. Okay, so anyway, I'm going all over the place to squirrel. There's so many squirrels in here today. Okay. Take a look at the world you're in. We judge someone by the color of skin. This one's black and that one's white. It only adds to the racial strife. Let me tell you now, we are all the same on the inside. I don't know any black people, I don't know any white people. We're all different shades of humanity. I don't know any brown people, I don't know any yellow people. We're all different shades of humanity. Yes, we are. We all want to know what turns you on, so they can decide if it's right or wrong. Who are they anyway? She goes this way, he goes that. It's only love, and that's a natural fact. Let me tell you now, we are all the same on the inside. I don't know any gay people, I don't know any straight people. We're all different shades of humanity. I don't know any right people, I don't know any wrong people. We're all different shades of humanity. Yes, we are. Okay, here we go. We all want to know who you voted for, so they can show you in, show you the door. She votes left, he votes right. It's a recipe for a holiday fight. Let me tell you now, we are all the same on the inside. I don't know any red people, I don't know any blue people. We're all different shades of humanity. I don't know any left people, I don't know any right people. We're all different shades of humanity. I don't know any black people, I don't know any white people. We're all different shades of humanity. I don't know any liberal people, I don't know any conservative people. We're all different shades of humanity. Now we are all the same on the inside. One way.
Thank you so very much, Armand and Angelina. That last song was danceable. I'd have to give it a good 97 or so. It is now time for our offering. This is the time each week when we offer financial assistance to this community so that we can continue to do what we do, continue to be a space of love, be a space of light, and of welcome to everyone that crosses our thresholds or invites us into their homes. There are, okay, I'll say something else first. The truth is that this particular offering this day really raises this community, and it prospers the one giving, and it adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are 3 different ways that you can give, and they're here on your screen. You can visit our website at trianglecsl.org, or you can text the word GIVE to 919-629-9148, or you can even mail a check to PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina, 27519. In this moment, I invite everyone to take your gift and place it against your heart with an affirmation for yourself or for someone else or for the community. And we'll do our offering affirmation in a call and response. Heather? You were. I saw that. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source. And so it is. Thank you all so very much for your generosity. And now let's please be generous as the baskets are being passed to welcome Armand and Angelina back up to the stage.
Let's do the other one. That was a sign. It was a sign. It wasn't queued up. We're going to sing a little bit, and you can join us. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Join us if you'd like. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Once more. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. And so it is.
Beautiful song, but let's give them a round of applause for it as well. All right, so let's see. If you would like a prayer, we've got a whole core of ministers and practitioners who are just waiting to find out how we can support you in your prayers. So if you would like some prayer support from our prayer team, you go to our website, which is trianglecsl.org, and there is a button that says prayer request, and you click the button and you fill out the prayer, and we send it to all of our preachers and teachers, and you have your community on your side. Because sometimes when we're having a hard time seeing the light or believing the truth, other people can hold it for us better than we can for ourselves. So please take advantage of that if you would so like. And if you got good news, we'd love to pray for that too. So, all right. So if, you know, the prayer dedication this morning was so wonderful. So I'm sure many other people are inspired about how they would love to tell the world about somebody they love or something that they'd like to celebrate or some intention that they'd like to put out there. So if you would like to have a flower dedication, please contact Heather Abbott at info@trianglecsl.org or Reverend Dusty at dustyripplemeyer@yahoo.com. All right, so now we are going to do our affirmations. We ask you to stand up, even if those of you who are at home watching in bed. It's time to put your feet on the ground because this depends on the power. This depends on the intention. It's not the words. It's the spirit that it raises in your words. So you want to say that spiritedly. So it's a call and response. I will go first, and then you repeat after me. This month, as I explore the practices of interbeing and mindfulness, I become more adept at navigating life.
This month, as I explore
As I do so, I recognize all life is interconnected, and I am able to cultivate a profound sense of compassion and understanding. This month, as I explore the practices of mindfulness and insight, I free myself from restlessness and craving and realize I already am and have enough. As I do so, I consciously choose to embrace my wholeness with wonder and love. This month, as I explore the practices of mindfulness and letting go, I do the inner work to uncover hidden beliefs, biases, and stereotypes within me. As I do so, I become acutely aware of the ways my life force ripples out into the world, and I choose to participate from a place of love. This month, as I explore the practices of mindfulness and oneness, I become acutely aware that I am connected to everyone and everything on this planet. As I do so, I commit to being awake, alive, and aware each moment of every day, and to bring my highest and best to everything I do. All is well, and so it is. Okay, you can go back to bed now if you're at home. Everybody else can sit down if you want. And I ask you to close your outer eyes one last time as I close off our service today. Oh, man, and what really spoke to me in those affirmations was this idea of my life force rippling out. Because I do know we are all just in one big interconnected energy and experience and presence. And how do I want my life force to touch other people? Of course I want to touch them with love and with peace and with joy. And so that's why I have to keep within me love and peace and joy and abundance and beauty and power and wisdom and all that God stuff. So today's service has really lit that light in me of how I am the divine on this planet, and to shine my divine light, not my human light. Shine my star stuff, not thy little me stuff. And because we are all connected, we are all one, I'm knowing that that is the truth for all of us who have participated in this service today. And that means that life will be different in the coming weeks from this special energy we've gotten from this special service. And it will not only lift up our lives, it will lift up the planet and get us that much closer to a world that works for all. So for that, I am so very, very grateful. So grateful for everyone's participation. So grateful for the special talents that Armand and Angelina bring to us. And with great anticipation about the miracles that we will have coming in our lives in the coming weeks from this experience. So I turn it over to the law that always says yes with our words, and so it is. Thank you.
I too echo a thank you of gratitude for everyone, for all of the volunteers, for Heather, for Diane, for Carol, and of course for the amazing Armand and Angelina, for everyone in the room, everyone at home, and just for just the opportunity that we have to come together every week to be with each other in community and to just know the truth about each other and about life itself. Please remember, you are invited in the most amazing way to join us this evening for our chili cook-off and for the Super Bowl game. The game kickoff is at 6:30. We will be here at 5:30 to begin to accept the bowls or the big pots of chili that I know are coming, and to begin the festivities in a really wonderful way. So please consider joining us. Have an amazing week. I love you all. Take care.